What is up, Steeler Nation? I am JY, and we are back with another episode of the Chris Wormley and Friends Show with Michael Nicastro. How are you today?
I'm good. I'm hungry now because I just saw pizza on the back of your TV screen, and now we got big
Oh,
worm
man.
highlights going on. But both of those very appetizing. Pizza and big worm highlights will make anybody happy.
Yeah, definitely. So we're going to break down and get ready for the Jets. It's a 1-0 mindset, and just got to take it week by week. So, Sammy, let's roll that. The Chris Wormley and Friends Show. Let's get it.
It was Wormley who got to him first. He's having a big day.
All right, let's bring in the man himself, Mr. Ann Arbor, Toledo's own, Christopher Wormley. I don't know your middle name, but maybe by the end of the season we'll play a game and we'll figure it out. How are you?
We'll keep that a secret until then. But man, every time it's the third week of the podcast for this season, and the intro gets me pumped up every time. So
Yeah,
it's always exciting to see that.
Thank you, Sammy. You're the man. So we're kind of just going to jump into things. Obviously, you had some time off now to rest. We'll talk about the loss, but just first off and foremost, how are you feeling?
I'm good. Obviously, the game was Thursday, so it's almost a week.
Yeah.
A week passed, and we had time to watch the film extensively as a group, and I've watched it 2 or 3 times now by myself. And it sucks to lose. It sucks to lose a divisional opponent, like we talked about last week. It really came down to those weighty plays, and we knew that as a defense we had to stop Nick Chubb. I came in here, sat with you guys last week, and said the keys to success is to stop Nick Chubb, and I think he had 113 yards or something like that, and 170 yards of total rushing yards for the Browns offense. So anytime we let up that type of rushing attack, it's not going to be good for your defense.
Yeah, definitely. So obviously it's as I stated before, it's like a 1-0 mindset. You got to take it week by week. You got to put the loss behind you. What's the current room in the locker room? I mean, you guys are professionals, and I know that you're just working towards another win, but what's the current vibe?
Yeah, the current vibe is that we're going to work each and every day, and we're looking to win. We got a great opponent in the Jets coming in on Sunday, and we're looking to get a W. It's funny. I was at Nordstrom this morning or this afternoon, and I've gotten to know some of the workers there and stuff like that over the last couple of years, and they want to talk ball, they want to ask about the team, they want to know what's going on, and I'm like, man, the Steelers. The Inzers, the Steeler Nation, the fans are diehards, right? And I think they want to have success just as badly as we do, and sometimes they can be a little impatient. And I just told them, it's a long season. We have 14 more games left, and we can start that right track and get on the right track again by beating the Jets on Sunday.
Yeah, I think it's easy to sit on the couch with your remote and critique while you're sitting under a blanket and you guys are out there putting it all on the field. So we definitely, I know from a fan's perspective and, just from me knowing you, win or lose, man, it's great, man. It's Steelers football. Mike?
Yeah, you don't have to throw us under the bus like that, Jordan. We're the guys on the couch with the remote controls. And shout out Nordstrom Rack. Is that Ross Park Mall?
Ross Park Mall, baby, Nordstrom. It's the only store I go to at the mall, and I try and get in and get out. But like I said, the guys there are great, but sometimes they have, at least especially fans walking through, they have their own opinions about ball and whatnot. So
yeah, of course, always it's Pittsburgh, and that's what makes this a great football town. Naturally,
absolutely
good food court there too. By the way, got to throw that out there. Let's talk a little bit about the game once more. Obviously, it's certainly in the rearview mirror by now, as it's been 10 days. But I want to talk about the offense. I know what everybody says, you win and lose as a collective unit. Naturally, you guys weren't happy, of course, with the ability to stop the run, but it's quite clear that the offense is frustrated. There are some growing pains currently. How do you guys as a defense continue to lift them up, continue to encourage them and stay positive?
We're a team, right? We win as a team, we lose as a team. And I think the offense, especially the offensive line, had their best game last week, and it was really exciting to see Najee break some of those runs. him and Jalen they're going to be a nice duo for the future. So in the offensive line, we had I think three new starters this year, with Chooks and Big Dan coming back, and Dan only being in his second year. There's a lot of growing to do and a lot of chemistry building that has to take place. And I think through this third game, this is the best that they've looked as far as putting hands on people, moving them, especially with those double teams, moving guys out of space and getting to the next level with the combo blocks. I think if you're a fan of Steelers football, and especially as a team, you're really excited about the direction that the offensive line is going. And I think it really showed on Thursday. But obviously, we want to score more points. Obviously, we want to win games. And I think for the time being, especially when the offense is still trying to, like I said, put more points on, it's going to come down to us as a defense to make those stops. And like I said, with Chubb and Hunt and those guys in the backfield, we couldn't get it done. And until we can, come together, I think as a whole entire team and be able to play as one, we're gonna keep losing games, which sucks. But there's gonna be times when the offense is gonna have to pick us up, and there's gonna be times when the defense is gonna have to pick the offense up, and vice versa. So, I'm not writing us off yet. It's like I said, it's only the fourth week of the season, and we have a hell of a lot of games left to play and to prove that we're a contender.
Yeah, no doubt about it. I agree. Mike Tomlin spoke glowingly about the offensive line today, and of course, the progress of Mitch Trubisky. Once again, a guy who's only 3 games in with a new team. I think a lot of people forget about that occasionally. You mentioned, putting a lot of blame on the defensive side of the ball. I want to bring up something that's not necessarily going to be fun, but who knows how the heck impactful it really is. We talked about your buddy Tyson Alulu a little bit last week. Not sure if you had the chance to see it today. Twitter in an uproar naturally. He was demoted on the depth chart behind Montravius Adams. What does that mean to you? What does it mean to him? Or is everybody overreacting?
That's honestly the first time I've heard of it. And
Breaking news.
Yeah, breaking news to me. So I think Tyson's a professional. He's been in the league. This is his 13th year, and I think we've had a great rotation in the last 3 games. And whether Montravius is listed as a starter or not, obviously that's a Mike T and our D-line coach's decision. But I think Tyson's going to work his butt off no matter if he's getting 6 snaps or getting 106 snaps. So Tyson's, like I said, is a pro's pro, and I know he's going to work his butt off to continue to contribute to the team.
Yeah, I mean, obviously us as spectators and analysts as well have seen how often you guys have rotated at the defensive line, and important to keep as many bodies like you fresh naturally down this, we're not at the home stretch yet, but we saw what happened last year, of course. So integral, no question about it. Akilo and Minka are a little banged up, Worm. Not sure how familiar you are with that, but have you had a chance to catch up with them, see them in the locker room?
No, I haven't. We've been off the last couple of days, which has been nice, and really got to get our bodies back. And I know Minka and Spoon are going to be working their butts off to get back on the field. But yeah, if they're not in, we're gonna kind of next man up mentality. I know Levi's had a great 3 games for us. He's made some big plays, especially in that in the Bengals game. That first game, he had a huge breakup or stopped. What's the guy's name that's really good in Cincy? The receiver,
Chase?
Jamar Chase. Yeah, Chase.
Yeah.
He stopped him at the 1-yard line instead of scoring a touchdown. So yeah, I think there's those guys that are looking to make some plays, and I know that they're going to be looking to get healthy.
Most definitely. So let's shift focus and preview the Jets a little bit. And I feel like I asked you this last season. This is like the undire question, but do you feel that this is a must-win game just to kind of get your identity back and get, like you said, football is a team sport. It doesn't matter offense, defense, special teams, just win the game. Doesn't matter. No style points, as Tomlin would say. Yeah,
every week's a must-win game. Especially this week, I got 4 buddies coming in town from New York that are Jets fans.
So what, another three sack game coming.
Yeah, a little more incentive for me to get the dub this week. But no matter who the opponent is, no matter what week it is, no matter what our record is, we're looking to win, and it's a must win in that aspect. Obviously, we don't want to go 1-3. That's what we started last year, and starting being 2-2 is a whole lot better than being 1-3, especially in the division that we're in. Like I said, we're just looking to get a W, and no matter who the opponent is, we're looking to win.
Yeah, so watching the Jets on tape this week, what are some things that you guys think you can prepare for, and how you see it panning out on the field?
Yeah, I think Wilson might be back. I've been seeing some things on that, and I was really hoping to play my old teammate Flacco. You know,
Yeah,
I think he is still elite.
still
As,
going,
You're
man.
you're
as
jumping the worm association gun over
oh
here. You're
man,
you're jumping the gun.
no man. But you know, I think Zach Wilson has a lot of talent. You know, a second year guy. You know, he likes to get after the Cougars. It seems like in his free time, and and
Literally, he's a BYU Cougar too.
yeah, and
Wow.
no, they have a solid offensive line. Lincoln Thomason has been around for a while and has played a lot of good ball. He's a new addition this year for them. So I'm looking forward to the matchups this week against the offensive line. And I know they have some young players on defense, Quinton Williams, Sauce Gardner, that are looking to continue to cement themselves as the young talent and the up and coming guys on the defensive side of the ball. So it's gonna be a great matchup for all three phases of the game, and we're looking forward to it.
Here's what I'm hoping for, and I want the scoop next Tuesday if we get it. I'm hoping you can sack Zach Wilson if in fact he is in there, and I'm hoping he says I'm a big fan of the Chris Wormley show, and I heard you say what you said about me liking Cougars. He'll
Yeah.
probably be proud of it. He'll probably wear it on his chest, but that is absolutely tremendous stuff. Let's move to some more tremendous stuff. Anello, Sammy, what do you say we get into some worm association? All right, you stole my first one. I was going to ask you about Mr. Elite, the Super Bowl champion, Joe Flacco. Who knows? I don't know if Zach Wilson 1,000% is going to play, but I will move on down the list. I'm actually going to switch gears completely. I'm going to go with, instead of backup quarterback on the Ravens, another backup quarterback on the Steelers. I'm gonna throw out Kenny Pickett.
I think you guys saw what he could do in the preseason, right? He showed flashes that he was the reason why he was the number one quarterback taken in the draft. And I think he is, you know, working his butt off every single day to not only be a great backup to Mitch, but to take over eventually when the time is right for him. I know he has a lot of learning to do, and I think the opportunity for him is going to come eventually, whether it's this year, next year, 2 years down the road, however long. I know he's going to be prepared, and I know he's going to continue to work his butt off until then.
No question about it. Well said. All right, let's talk about something that I think may be able to juice up the defense a little more once again, heading into a big game. It's not a player, not a coach. It's Renegade.
Yeah, that's the song. I think I read an article maybe right before the season started that some statistics in this and whatever for us and all that stuff, and there were some good numbers on it. But yeah, it gets not only us pumped up, but it gets the crowd and Acrisure Stadium going, which is exciting. Obviously, against the Patriots, it didn't work out in our favor when they played it, but we're definitely excited for that to be playing towards the end of the game.
Jordan, I mean, we miss it, man. Can you sing it for us?
I'm not gonna do that. I
Can
can
you
rap.
rap it for us?
Nah,
I was gonna say you're the only musical artist.
Yeah, I'm gonna let
you
him
be
do
you.
that. Yeah, I have a Steelers song, but Worm called me out and said that I didn't include him in it. So doing the Worm, we have to do a remix.
Oh, I thought you were talking about the Steelers polka. You'll hit
That
the
one,
Steelers polka.
that's a classic. That's a classic.
All right, I tried my best for him. All right, let's move on to another guy who is just proven himself in this league, man. I'm sure you're excited to talk glowingly about him. Tell me about Jalen Warren, a guy you go up against in practice on the other side of the trenches.
Yeah, I mean, he an undrafted guy, and this camp he really showed that he belongs to be in the NFL. That he needs to be here, and I think he's a great second pace back to Najee. And I'm excited to see him continue to flourish and continue to get his role extended on the offense. He hits the hole hard. Very rarely does he go down with one tackle, one person. It's going to take multiple people to take him down. And like I said, I'm just really excited for him to continue to learn and grow and continue to be that hard running back that we've seen the first couple weeks.
No doubt about it. Jordan, I think we had a switch, unfortunately. I was going to have you turn around and point out what you were watching on TV. which was Chris
this
Wormley,
in the beginning, but
Michigan highlights.
yes, it was 2016 Chris Wormley highlights, just to get pumped up for the show. But I guess this is the Super Bowl now.
It looks like the Steelers Cardinals Super Bowl now because
Yeah.
I was going to throw it to that, but it's still a very natural transition because we
Yes.
didn't get a lot of big blue in the last show.
No.
And you know what? I had somebody reach out to me. I'm not even going to lie to you. I had somebody say, "Where was the Michigan talk?" I think we did it all 17 weeks last week.
Yeah.
And for some reason, we skipped it last week, Worm. I didn't give Maryland enough love, and they almost came through and gave you guys quite the fight. So let's do that now. I'm going to add additional time to Michigan because of that. First real fight of the year. Maryland, tough game. You guys come out with the victory. Get any chance to watch any of it? I know you had some time there, obviously, after a Thursday game.
Yeah, I got to watch most of the fourth quarter, and yeah, it was their first real, I guess, opponent of the year. Maryland had some good players on both sides of the ball, and they came to fight and they came to play. And for a little bit, I was a little worried. I got a chat with some Michigan guys, my roommates, and we're kind of texting back and forth, like, okay, what's going on here? I think at one point it was 13-10 Maryland, but they have a really big test this week too with Iowa, and going to Iowa. And it's never a place that you want to play. Never a place that I've had success at playing there. I'm 0-2 against the Hawkeyes there, and it's going to be another big test. And I guess for the next 8 weeks, it's going to be another test and another test and another test because it's all Big Ten play now, leading up to that Ohio State game, which is going to be, I think, another top 5 matchup. And I'm excited to see that as well. But until then, they got to take care of Iowa this week, which is going to be a huge test.
You kind of alluded to it. How big of a pain in the ass was it going into Iowa or playing them? I feel like every Iowa game is like that Broncos 49ers game we saw Sunday night where they're ending 11-10 or 5-3 or something like that. Those Kirk Ferentz teams, man, they're hard-nosed. It must be those black and gold colors.
Yeah, I remember the first year I played there was 2013, and I think the wind chill was like -20. It was the coldest game I ever played in. And then my final year, 2016, we lose them on a last-second field goal, and really hurt our chances and put us out of contention for the Big Ten championship. And we were favored to win both of those games, and they stormed the field after that game in 2016, which added insult to the wound. And it just has not been a fun experience for me in Iowa.
Yeah, I get it. I saw some tears start flowing down your eyes whenever I mentioned that.
Man, I had to hold it back, man.
Man, the tone of this show got real dreary on us. I was hoping that we could turn it back to Worm's highlights behind you. But listen, if it's consolation, which I'm sure it is, you guys got revenge on Iowa as a team in the Big Ten championship game last season, of course, prior to getting to the playoffs. All right, I got to ask this naturally as well. I'm sure you're keeping an eye still on what Ohio State is doing. Pretty big win on Saturday night in their own building against Wisconsin.
Yeah, they're Ohio State, right? They're going to have a really good defense, really good receivers. They've had that for for forever now, right? They have receivers and DBs, pass rushers, and now they have this quarterback that looks like he can be a top 5 pick whenever he decides to enter the draft. So they have all the makings of being a really good national champion contending team. But I think so does Michigan this year. So it's going to be a great battle at the end of the year, and that's probably going to determine a lot for both teams come the weekend of Thanksgiving.
All right, we hope your career doesn't end anytime soon, maybe another 15, 20 years on top of that. But whenever that's over, all you guys are looking at the next great Michigan analyst right there. I firmly believe that, Jordan.
I can see him on the Big Ten network.
I think my wife's going to make me work at her clothing shop, which today is her 3rd anniversary.
That's awesome
of being in business. Offbeat Native had to put that little plug in there.
Please.
Today's 3 years, and as a husband, I'm super proud of what she's accomplished through having a baby, the pandemic, moving twice, and just continuing to inspire not only myself but other women that are looking to start businesses. So it's been a fun journey to see her grow and prosper. And if I'm not being a stay-at-home dad, I'm probably packing orders with her when football's over. So that's probably gonna be my
always
job.
on the clock.
Yeah, no doubt. And I still haven't received a paycheck from her either. So still waiting.
Oh man, I'll tell you what. But yeah, man, we as always we really appreciate you coming on, and so we expect what 3 sacks and a victory on Sunday, correct?
Yeah, like I said, just to shove it in my friends' faces. This is the second time they come and visited me. Once was in Baltimore when we played the Jets, and that was to clinch the AFC North title when we beat them at night. So this will be another great win once we get it.
So yeah, what you have 3 friends coming out. So you did the 1, 2, 3, and then
Yeah,
I'm at
there you
home.
go.
So I need a half of one at least.
Okay,
There it is.
I got you, man. Yeah.
All
Right
right,
in the
man.
intro. For the Cougars.
Yeah. Sorry, Zach. We're gonna win this one. But all right, you guys are tuned in. This is the Steelers Crazy podcast. This is the Chris Wormley and Friends show in tangent with Yinzer Crazy. I'm JY. He's Mike. That's number 95 for the Pittsburgh Steelers. Good luck on Sunday. Here we go. Sammy, roll that thing, and we'll see you soon.
And that's a wrap. Hope you don't miss us too much until next time. Follow the Sick Podcast Steelers Crazy on YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, Google Play, and Apple Podcasts.